Ladies and gentlemen, currently there is a big epidemic of typhoid and other diarrheal diseases in Kampala and the suburbs. This is rapidly spreading to other parts of the country. The official figures put the victims at 10,000, but realistically it is more than 30,000 people who have been affected so far, and many have died. At least 100 people have died, including women and children. This is an absolute disgrace and disaster. Although there was media hype about the director of Kampala State Council, Museveni MUST Explain, and the commander of the army, General Katumba Wamala, for the camera to show that they care about the people, what lies underneath and what has not been done is more telling. The health facilities in the city are totally inadequate. They cannot cope with such an epidemic. There isn't enough medicine, there isn't enough medical personnel, and even the patients that go to these health units are forced to share beds, or more appropriately, under the circumstances, to share the floor. Obviously, this encourages cross-infection. Isolation facilities are virtually non-existent. This again encourages easy spread of the disease. And therefore, many patients continue to die, including children. There are many reasons for this epidemic in Kampala. I'll mention just a few. The drainage system is appalling, and most of the channels are blocked. There is poor garbage collection. The poor roads with the potholes are a recipe for flooding every time it rains heavily in Kampala. There is poor sanitation and lack of toilet facilities. Even the WHO has confirmed that the main water system in Kampala, that is the official water system through the taps and pipes, is contaminated with typhoid. This is a total disgrace. The water purification plant is neglected. There is abuse of the natural catchment areas and destruction of the wetlands in the name of investor development. Ladies and gentlemen, there is criminal theft of the funds made for sanitation, for roads, for water purification, and water distribution. An example in hand is the Nachivable Channel, where lots of money, millions of dollars, have been pumped over the last 15 years to improve drainage. Up to today, there is very little to show for all this money. And the answer is, this money has been stolen. This money has been misused by a corrupt and an incompetent government which does not care about the people. And this is under the leadership of dictator Yoweri Museveni. And I could go on. The bottom line is, this epidemic is preventable, and therefore the government must take responsibility for all the deaths of the people in this epidemic. The government must take responsibility for the poor facilities. The government must explain to the people where all the money meant for sanitation, for drainage, for water supply, for roads has gone. Obviously, dictator Yoweri Museveni has failed the country. Is this the type of government that you want? Is this the type of water system that you can be proud of? When your children, your wives, your brothers, your sisters die from typhoid in this modern age? Are you happy with a city which is littered with garbage? Are you happy with a city which continually floods every time it rains? If the answer is no, then I would like to appeal to you to join me so that we can work together to remove dictator Yoweri Museveni from power and restore sanity, stability, and pride in Uganda. And the time to do that is now. Finally, I'd like to pass on my condolences to all of you who have lost your loved ones. However, this makes us even more determined to put a stop to unnecessary and preventable deaths by booting dictator Yoweri Museveni from power. God bless you.